Hello, welcome to another quick tutorial. Okay, today we will be explaining modular force fields. I will try and do this to the best of my ability and to the fastest possible. It will be a simple one, I won't go into too much detail, but I will say straight off, if you've got any questions you just need to ask or whatever, feel free, leave them in the comments, so I will answer them as soon as I see them. Okay, so without further ado, let's go get to it. Okay. First thing you'll need is a Fortron drive. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but that's how I'm going to call it. So you'll need to power it, of course. It's got an ultimate energy cube powering it for a second with a bit of wire. Okay, so first let's look at the interface. We've got the frequency, set it to any frequency you want, and then it will only attune to other machines with that same frequency. With this, you've got derive. That means it's taking power out of the energy cube and turning it into Fortron, because the driver turns energy into Fortron. So drive, that means it's taking energy out, and integrate, that means it's turning Fortron energy back into energy and pushing it back into a cube. Although no, it's not, because it's only a one-way cube. But anyway, about that. Okay, so here's the upgrades and stuff. We can add speed upgrades and stuff to allow it to speed up the amount of power it processes at any one given time. So like you got speed module, shove it in there. But anyway, we will get off that. So if we just press that, turns the machine on. So now it's got a full to the brim kind of thing. Second thing you need is a Fortron capacitor. This allows it to integrate to shove the Fortron anywhere to every other machine. Sorry about that. And again, frequency. Here you got the equalize mode. Let's press the O there. Okay, this spreads the energy equally throughout every single machine. This will distribute the energy based on evenly based on energy amounts, and this will drain the energy capacitor. It doesn't turn it back into normal energy, it just drains it. And this fills up the capacitor completely, and then after that it will send any extra energy to the rest of the machine. So you can use it as sort of like a buffer. Okay, so let's leave it on default mode. Again, you can upgrade it with speed modules and stuff, and you can play around with that, but like I said, this is going to be a simple one. So let's just turn this on. There's your frequency and everything. As you can see, boom, it's going to everything like that. Okay, this third thing you need is a force field projector. It's a nice little cool one as well. This is the mode. You want to put this into any kind of block you want, anything that's red. That's basically what you can do. So you've got custom mode. Again, that's quite advanced, so I won't explain that, but here's the normal one. So you've got cylinder, pyramid, yeah, I'll take one of them. Tube, cube, and sphere. I'm going to take the sphere one. Actually, let's take the cylinder one. Now, whatever mode you decide to put it in, you put it in there, and boom, as you can see, nice little graphic there. But at the moment, nothing is happening, because in here you will need a scale module and a translation module. Well, you don't need the translation module yet, but the scale module, that determines how many radius is. So it'd be how many radius away from the center is. So that's one radius. So we'll just go ahead and put 64 in it. Actually, no, we won't. We put 16 in there, just to make it a little easier. Okay, and now we just got to turn it on. Now, as you can see, the force field is doing its job. So the lowest point will be the same point as the force field there, and the highest point will be that. It spreads it evenly, so it'll be 16 upwards from top to bottom, and so on, and 16 radius. So that's annoying, having the force field at the same level as the projector. So let's take it down a bit. For this, we will need a translation module. This will allow you to customize it with these side things like this. Okay, so you put the translation modules in your down slot there, and as you can see, the force field is already shrunk, and now it is down below the force field projector, 12 blocks. And you can do the same with up, or manipulating it that way, or whatever you want, really. But anyway, there's your basic shields and how to force fields and how to make them. So without further ado, let's get onto the let's get on to the more enforcing of stuff. So you got the biometric identifier. This will allow you to change the rights and stuff. This has nothing to do with this, it's just here because it is. And what you will need is an identification card. Right, so this will allow you to determine who's allowed in and what rights they have, and so forth and so on. Okay, so you got with the identification card, you can right click and boom, there's my head. Or when it's not unidentified, you can go up to a player, punch them, and then you'll have the thing in you'll have their name and identification card. Okay, so we put down the interdiction matrix just there. We'll see why I did that in a minute, but first we put it in there. Okay, it's also worth noticing you can use a blank card and just put it in there and then type in the name. As you can see, I can just delete that, and then you can give them the rights they have there. So bypass, defensive, warp to go through shields and through force fields, and all the other kind of stuff. So yeah, play around with that. So yeah, or if you want, you can just put it in the master one and automatically give them all the rights that they need. So boom, now we've got that. So once you've determined the rights that they can have and everything, you just go ahead and you put it in there. So here's the stuff that you want. So so my thing is in the banned mode at the moment. So here's the actions that you want to take against them. So you can have certain stuff like block access module, so it stops them from getting into chests, or warn module, so you can allow, we're taking a warn module actually. So here's a warn module. So now whenever they're 7 blocks in, I've got all the rights I want, but when you're 7 blocks away, they get a warning. So say if you're to make the warn module further away than the shield, I'm gonna just call them shields, alright? I know they're force fields, but if they're further away than that, then once they get to the shields, the force fields, they'll be warned. You just put in one of them in, and then after that you just put in scale modules, and that'll determine how far away it is. So warning 9 and action, it takes action after 5. So there's always, so you can when they're 5 blocks in the middle, they get their action taken against you. It won't necessarily be once they touch the force fields, but let's take it all the way out, shall we? So scale, and I've got warning and everything. So here's the other stuff that you get to allows you to collect drop blocks from the stuff on the ground, and you've got all sorts of stuff really. You've got shock module, allows them to shock the enemies when they touch the force field, if they're not allowed. Disintegration module, the block space occupied by the Fortron field and drops them. Okay, and you've got camouflage mode. This is quite a cool one. Okay, and here's the other sort of stuff. You've got sort of like the confiscate, so it confiscates their items once they come in. Repulsion sends them away every time they get close. Silence, all sorts of stuff. So and there's the one with anti-personnel, so it kills all players when they touch them and everything. And you also got sort of stuff like anti-friendly mobs and anti-hostile mobs. It stops hostiles from spawning even if it's dark, which is a good one. But finally, that's basically all you need to make a simple force field really. If you want me to do a more advanced episode, I will definitely do that. So if you've got any simple questions you want to outright ask me, fine, go for it. Whatever, I'm happy. And well, let's quickly show you one more thing. Okay, and here's the one more thing I wanted to show you. I got the camouflage module. If you put that in the force field projector, and then at the moment it has nothing. It hasn't altered it at all. But if you want the force field to look like a certain block, boom, just put it in there, and it will turn every single force field block into black wool. It won't actually be black wool, but it'll still be a force field, as you can see, because I just broke it in creative mode and stuff. But yeah, it will automatically do that, so you can basically make hidden walls and stuff, which is pretty cool in my opinion. So hopefully, yeah, if you enjoyed, like, rate, subscribe, definitely subscribe, please. And if you have any suggestions on what to do, any questions, any tutorials you want to see, go ahead. I'm happy to do them, and I will see you in the next episode.